Signs, signs everywhere, signs. Signs for your business and signs for your ride. SignBros is the place where we make your signs.
Hello.
Hello.
Welcome, Edith. We are here with Edith Lujan from the nonprofit Downs in Action. Welcome to our weekly
try it again.
podcast.
Take two.
Downs in motion.
Downs in motion.
Yes.
What did he say?
Downs in action.
Oh, yeah.
Downs in motion.
Works
Downs in
too.
motion.
We'll do it again. Okay. Hello. Welcome to our weekly podcast. We are the SignBros. Make sure to subscribe on the link below. We have Edith Lujan from Downs in Motion, a nonprofit
All right.
organization.
Yes.
Welcome, Edith.
Yes. Thank you.
Tell us about your awesome project that you have going on.
All right. So we are Downs in Motion, and we're a nonprofit organization for people with intellectual disabilities. We have Down syndrome, we have autism, and all levels of spectrum from the intellectual disability population here in El Paso. And so what we do is we have programs for our students. We want to make sure that they stay fit, physically fit. We want to make sure that they keep their social and motor skills going. So we do daily activities with them, like karate class. We have a music class that we just started, and we have a speech pathologist that's working with them as well. We have golf, and we take them to the batting cages. We just keep them physically active. Yes.
In motion.
Yes, that's right. In motion. That's right.
And in
Hence the
action,
name.
too.
Yeah.
How long
Yeah.
has Downs in Motion been around? Since when?
So we just started August of 2018.
Oh, wow, okay.
So not long. So we just our year anniversary just this month,
wow.
actually. Yeah.
And you guys are growing into the
We are. We started, actually, when we started last year, we are faith-based. Our church really opened up the platform for us. It's a connect group from Abundant Living Faith Center.
Gotcha.
So when they first opened it up at our church and they announced it, Gabriel's my husband, and Gabriel and I were like a little bit iffy about it. We weren't sure if that was something we wanted to do because we both have full-time jobs, and having a connect group would just take a little more. Yeah.
That's a lot.
Yeah,
Time consuming.
yeah, a lot of time consuming. But yet, what we had experienced, or what we were experiencing at that time, was Angel had graduated from high school, so we really didn't have anything for him to do.
Angel's your son.
And yes, I'm sorry. And Angel is my son, and he's a 27-year-old with Down syndrome, and so he graduated from high school when he was 22, 23, and so after that, we just experienced a whole lot of nothing going on for him. Not in the community, when kids are in the school system will, they really do their best to try to set them up for that transitioning, out of high school. But the reality of it is that there really isn't anything out there for them. And so we started experiencing him just being at home, not having anything to do. Angel's a really fit guy. He likes to stay in shape. He started gaining weight being at home.
Wow.
We noticed, his social skills, his speech, everything was kind of regressing. And it is understandable, because if you look at it, the daily interaction that he was having at school was not happening anymore.
Got you.
He was really limited to either the family, or extended family. That was really his social, right there. It ended there. So we were concerned about it, and Gabriel and I, we felt like, there was something in our hearts that God wanted us to do. We just weren't sure where or what to do. So when our church opened it up, we prayed about it, we thought about it, and the first semester went by, and we really didn't move on it. We were still kind of putting Angel in these adult daycares, and Angel would come home, I don't like it, because they're all older people,
Sure.
And they're not doing anything but playing bingo.
Yeah.
So Angel was like, no, I don't want to go, it's boring, I'm bored. So finally the second semester came around, and then our pastors introduced it again, and Gabriel and I just looked at each other and we said, we got to do it. Yeah, let's do it.
Wow.
Let's be obedient. We really went into it with just like, we don't know how we're going to do this, but we just re-registered, and we started off with, we called other families of like that Angel went to school with his friends, and we asked the moms and the parents, what are you guys doing with your kids,
Yeah.
And they were like, nothing, so-and-so has gained weight, they're not, we don't have anything for them to do.
Same problems that you were
The
going
same
Wow.
problems, yes. So then, so we started with like 3 families, called the families that we knew, and that was in August. And then started with a karate class. We figured, that's a good way to start. They like karate. It's going to be fitness for them. We grew up to 7 families. Now we're up to serving 25 families.
Yeah.
And we definitely saw it was a need. It was a need. And it actually started off with young adults with Down syndrome, but because we're getting so many calls from all ages, all levels of intellectual disability, not just Down syndrome, autism, and Asperger's, and all different types. So we said, you know what, we're going to open the door to everybody. We're not going to turn anybody away.
So the
Doesn't matter
youngest
their
one
age.
you have right now is
The youngest one we have right now is 10. Is 10. And yeah, so
all the way up
oldest?
to.
and the oldest one is 38.
Wow.
38.
So you're saying that
Yeah.
in this whole time there's nothing out there directed towards them as far as activities or...
Nothing like what we're doing. There's a lot of places that will house them. You go, they pick them up, or you drop them off at their location, and they're just kind of housed. They're there, but there's nothing out there where what we want to focus on is inclusion. We want to focus on bringing them out into the community. We do, along with all those activities, we do a lot of outreaches. We partner up with our church. We have them donate. A couple of months ago, we donated 1,500 baskets full of hygiene products, full of cleaning solutions, and we delivered to the housing authority for the elderly. So we do a lot of outreaches out there. We
Nice.
go downtown to the Abuelita Center, and we help another one of our connect groups called Basic, and we help them feed the abuelitas. So they're out there doing things, They don't have that same opportunity that you and I have. We can say, let's go to Starbucks. Let's go to the mall. They don't have that. So I want to create that environment where they can get up and, do things with their friends. And they don't necessarily need to be housed somewhere. So that's what makes us different than anything else that is out there.
And you meet every once a week, 2 times a week?
So on Sundays we have basketball.
Cool.
So we have a basketball league for them, and this is how we focus on inclusion. Our basketball league, we partnered up with the YMCA. So when they play basketball, it's just with a regular group of other 20-year-olds. That's it's not with any special needs. So we try to focus on having activities that are not necessarily with other organizations that have special needs.
Yeah.
We want them just to just
Interact with everybody.
interact with
Yeah.
everybody, with anybody. So on Sundays they have a basketball practice, and then on Mondays they have the music class, and then on Tuesdays they have a karate class. Wednesdays is free, and then Thursdays another karate class. And then on Fridays we have what we call leadership and advocacy class. We teach the parents how to work with their schools and learn. To educate them on their IEPs, their ARDs, and these are all acronyms of meetings and that go on between the schools and the parents.
Gotcha.
On how to what the schools, what the education is going to be for their child throughout the year. So we want to educate the parents on that.
Sure.
Wow.
So we have that on Fridays, and then on Saturdays we have golf class for them. So
Nice.
so we keep them.
So it's almost every day. Wow.
Staying
Staying
it's
busy.
almost every day.
And there's
So
probably
busy.
there probably are stuff out there too that most families don't even realize that they have access to, or they have benefits for, or something like that. So you help educate them on stuff like that as well.
Yes, absolutely. For our leadership and advocacy class, we help them, we educate them on the laws, what is a disability, what rights do you have, on getting the legal guardianship for their kids. And all this information, believe it or not, I thought I was well educated, but I'm learning as I'm going.
Sure.
Like, I'm just like, what? We need to do
We
this.
can do this, we can do that.
Yes, yeah. So I'm learning too as I'm going, and I just, like I said, I thought I knew it, because my son is 27 years old. I've gone through the school system, and I really thought that I was educated in them. But now that, we have these classes, and we partnered up with Children's Paso del Norte Development Center. And so we brought them in, so they're the ones who are kind of giving the classes for the parents. And so that's where I'm learning, all, the laws of the Disability Act and our rights and the school system. And so now I'm excited about it, because I'm thinking, man, I wish I had this when when Angel was young. And so I want other parents to learn, because we struggle. Believe it or not, it's a struggle. It's a struggle out there.
Like I was telling you earlier, I totally respect, people and couples that are going through this, because it's not something that it's a life-changing
Yes.
decision that you make. And the reason why I make decisions is because, and if it's okay with you, if we can go back
Sure.
to the beginning, if
Okay.
we want to get personal, if it's okay
Okay,
with you.
yeah, absolutely.
What when you first got the news that your son was
Mm-hmm.
had this disorder, what all went through your head? I mean, I'm sure it was a ton of things, emotionally, everything.
Yeah. Okay. So you ready for this story?
Sure,
Okay.
sure.
Okay. Because you
Don't-
asked.
looks like he's gonna cry.
No, as much as you're willing to share. Okay?
Yeah, of course,
no, I'm
of
okay
course.
with it. Okay, so I was 17 when I was pregnant with Angel, when I had him, and I know this sounds weird, and I don't know how you take
It's-
it, but
no.
really, I already had I already knew he was gonna have Down syndrome. Back then, I didn't
you
know.
knew
Now,
as a feeling,
I knew
or you
as
knew
a-
from the doctors?
no, I didn't know from the doctors, and it was not a feeling. I'm gonna say it was like a revelation. I just back then I didn't know this. Now I know it was the Holy Spirit preparing me for it. You know, I just had a sense of like my son's gonna have something. I didn't know what it was. I was 17. I didn't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
Wow.
crackers back about it. But you know, but I remember there was one time my husband and I graduated from Hanks, and so we were in Hanks, and I was with my sister having lunch in the cafeteria, and I was pregnant. And I remember the special needs class came in, and there was Down syndrome, and they had disabilities. I didn't know it was called Down syndrome back then. And, you know, I remember tugging my sister, you know, and I said, look, my baby's going to be like that. And she said, Edith, you know, don't say that. That's, you know, that's not right. And I said, no, but it's going to be okay. I had that, like I knew, but I had a sense of peace with it.
Wow.
So I said, no, it's going to be okay, though. He's going to be like that, but he's going to be okay. And I knew he was going to be a boy. And in my heart, I knew that I was going to name him Angel. And so when he was born, I remember, you know, the doctor looking over me and saying, you know, your son has characteristics of having Down syndrome. And I looked up and I said, yeah. I said, I know. He said, oh, did you get a test done? Did you already know? And I didn't sit, you know, lay there and explain everything to him. I just said, no. I just knew.
Wow.
But I had that sense of peace, like it was going to be okay.
Was it gonna be okay?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, but it was, you know, the journey was tough. Nonetheless, the journey was tough. He also had other health complications along with the Down syndrome.
Is that pretty normal?
Yes, absolutely. Kids with Down syndrome, they either have a heart murmur or other digestional problems. And he had to have a colostomy. He used a bag for probably the first 3 years of his life. So that was a little tough. But we just managed to go through it. And I think that it was, like I said, it was just a sense of it's going to be okay. And I just felt,
Wow.
I didn't feel any pity. I didn't feel any like, you know, how am I going to do this? Or I just felt, all right, what is it? Let me get
Let's
myself
do it.
educated. Let me read
Wow.
on it and let's go.
Wow.
You know?
That's
So the
honorable,
Yeah.
very honorable.
The name Angel had a significance for you, then, obviously.
Yes. Yeah.
'Cause, I mean, and he's, how old is he now? You said
Yeah,
20?
he's 27.
And he's a sweet kid.
Yeah.
He's a
Thank
sweet
you.
kid. And he's like Mr.
Yeah.
Popular. Everybody knows who he is.
Oh yeah.
He's a cool kid.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's a high function Down
Yeah.
syndrome. I think a lot of that things that attribute to that is that we do have a total of 4 kids. So Angel's our eldest. He's 27. I have a 24, 23, and 22-year-old.
Yes.
So growing up, it was like we didn't treat him any different.
Good.
It was discipline all across the board.
There you go.
Everybody was expected to clean. Everybody was expected to do their had their chores, you know, to do their homework. He was just treated no different whatsoever.
Right.
And I really think that attributed to
Oh,
his high
definitely.
functioning now.
Well, I've met Chris, your other son, and I could see how
Yes.
he interacts with him, and he's such a good brother.
Yeah.
Really
Thanks.
good. Yeah.
Yeah.
I wanted to when I was asking you about, you know, when it first started and stuff, because I know a lot of people, when they get that news that they're gonna have a
Yeah.
child, a lot of women
Yes.
decide to abort, or
Right.
they you know, maybe everybody
Yeah.
has their own situation and stuff like that.
Do you guys offer support for that kind of situation?
Yes, absolutely.
Really?
You know, what's so wonderful about our group is that because of the age level, from the youngest, 10 years old, 9, 10 years old, to the eldest. So what I've seen the parents do is, the young moms will go in there, and they're like, they have questions about,
Sure.
What is my little girl going to go through, this or that.
Oh, you're talking before
And-
they're born.
and,
People, mothers expecting to come to you and talk to
no,
you.
like the parents are in our group right now.
Oh, okay,
With
gotcha.
the young ones.
With the young ones,
Okay,
right.
gotcha.
For example, we have a little girl, and, the mom came in, and her interacting with the moms that have the older kids, they kind of interact, and they help each other, and they tell each other, you know what, it's okay, this is what's going to work, or this is what worked for me, this is
Yes,
what we did
yes.
with my daughter, this is how it's going to happen. And so I think that's really beautiful in our group, because it gives the moms with the young kids a sense of like it's going to be okay.
Yeah.
So it's
and
kinda
they
like
have
two
other
groups.
people.
Yeah, the
Yes.
parents and the adults.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, so it's not only the kids that we're there for, we're also there for the parents.
Yeah.
And yes, but to answer your question, yes, by all means, we do. We talk to the parents. We do, we pray with them. We do encourage a lot of that prayer and we're support. And if something's going on with one of the parents or one of the kids, we all jump in there and,
Nice.
we help each other. We really are a community.
That's awesome.
And you just brought Carlos on board. Tell us about that.
Yes, so we just brought Carlos on board. So we're really excited about that because we had been wanting to do something with a music program with them, and so thank you so much. So Carlos has offered to give them some a cappella classes. So
That's actually guitar
oh,
classes.
it's a
but
guitar,
yeah.
a cappella. Okay, well, but we love it. The kids are so happy with it. So that's on Mondays at 3 p.m. And the parents are just. I'm getting some
They like
fabulous
it?
reports.
Oh,
Yes,
good.
from the parents.
Excellent.
Yeah, and they're really fond of Carlos, and the kids are
Really?
excited. Yeah. Yes.
School of Rock.
Yeah.
School of Rock, that's right. And I get reports from the parents that say, that their kids are saying like, oh, I can't wait to go with my new friends.
Oh, nice.
And
Nice.
even the little ones will say, I want to go with my big friends. So it's just such a great combination.
Yeah, it's interesting because I had asked you before because I didn't know what to expect, because I went into this not
Yeah.
working with this kind of with the children before, and I didn't know if they had different levels. But then
Yeah.
you said it was different. It's not just Down syndrome, it's autism, all the different things.
Right.
And now I can see the different how they react differently. So it's interesting.
Yes.
It's interesting. So I have to adapt to every
Yeah.
single one while still
Yeah.
trying to keep everybody happy. So it's interesting. It's interesting, but I enjoy it though.
Yeah,
Definitely
good.
enjoy it.
And they're a group of fun kids, right?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I bet.
Definitely. Oh, yeah, I already got my buddies already.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And they're like
That's
they're
awesome.
planning to perform and stuff.
Yes.
Yes, so what we're planning is at the way that Downs in Motion works is we work through semesters, 2 semesters throughout the year, the winter and in the fall. So we just started our fall semester. It runs from August to November. And so at the end of the semester, so the programs that we have for them, they're purposeful. There's meaning behind it. It's not just throw them out there and
Exactly.
kind of just do whatever.
Yeah.
No, we want them to have a curriculum going. We want them to be purposeful. I know that there's music classes out there and sometimes, they're just like giving, or just play around with the instruments.
Oh, yeah.
But no, we don't want that. We want them to learn,
Sure.
to learn. So at the end of the semester in November, we're going to put up a dinner and show, and then we have them perform everything that they've learned
Wow.
throughout the semester. So last year, what we did in November, we put on a show, a dinner and show, and they demonstrated everything that they learned from the karate. So they went from their white belts to their yellow belts.
Wow.
So right now we have different levels of the belts. That I think there's orange and white, and depending on when the student comes in. So we'll do the same this year. We'll have a dinner and show, and they'll be awarded with their belts, their level of belts, to upgrade with that, and hopefully we'll have some music
Some music.
Yeah.
going. Yeah.
We're working on it.
Yes.
Cool. That's
Yeah.
really cool. That's very cool of you, Carlos.
No,
Yes,
it's
thank
funny.
you so
just
much.
music. I think music connects people in more ways than just what we expect it to be. It connects all
Yes.
different languages, cultures, everything else. So
Yeah.
it's nice to see them react. So you got to say hi to
Awesome.
we're playing the name game where you got to memorize the names. So
Oh, okay.
so say
Shout
hello
out.
shout out to Danny. I got a picture of them how they're sitting down. Okay.
Yeah.
Danny,
Angel.
Abraham, Suecia.
Suecia.
Yeah, Suecia, and of course Marco and Candice
And Candace
and Alejandro.
and Alejandro.
Yes,
right.
I don't think I missed
Yeah.
anybody. That was it.
No.
So, hello,
Yeah.
guys.
All right. Yeah. Hey.
You just need to teach me and Nate how to play sometime.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
But are you teaching them just songs, or are you teaching them how to play?
No,
as well?
singing songs. We're
Singing.
singing tempo, and they're already picking up. When I talk
Yeah.
about tempo, they know what I'm talking about.
Good.
The speed of the
Okay.
song and the pitch. And it's catching on. It's very
It's
good.
gonna be fun.
And my dad even went last time.
Really?
Because our dad's a pastor,
Uh-huh,
and he wanted
yes.
to meet the families, so he got to spend time with the
Good.
families
Oh,
as
I'm so
well.
glad. Yeah.
And the families are very involved, like you said. Families
Yes.
are very involved, so it's good to see that.
Yeah. Oh, that's awesome. Good.
Yeah.
I'm glad.
Very cool. So, are there any other activities that you guys do together, like field trips or movies or anything like that? Or
All of the activities that we do with them, we work towards them being physical. We don't go to the movies a lot. We don't go out to eat a lot because that's, we want to, if you're at the movies, you're just sitting down and it's dark and, where's your social interaction with that?
oh, gotcha. Okay.
If we're just going out to eat, that's kind of like, okay. So what we have coming up is we have a hike to the Guadalupe Mountains that's coming up.
Wow.
And so one of Angel's old teacher from, I think, middle school, from Montwood High School. His name's Bobby Lucero, so he offered to come on board, and he's going to take the kids up for a
Nice.
hike.
Very cool.
And so activities like that, we'll do that. The batting cages, bowling, those are like,
Physical activity.
yes, they're physical, they're fun activities that we
Good.
go and hang out and do that.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Well,
Excellent.
Abraham. I forgot Abraham. Sorry, Abraham.
No, you said Abraham.
Did I say Abraham?
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
good.
you said
He's
Abraham.
lifting weights, so I gotta make sure.
Oh,
I
yeah.
don't want to get.
Yeah.
I don't want to get hurt.
He's
Okay.
a
Yeah.
buff one.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and see, they hang out as well. Like Angel and Abraham, they go to the gym on
Yeah.
Fridays, and
Oh, wow.
they lift weights and they do their little.
Yeah,
so
they
they
put me to
have.
shame. That's for sure. Yeah. They got more energy than I do. That's for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah. So they have their own, and little social,
That's cool.
that they do. And sometimes, if anybody they want to come over to the house, they can come and hang out, and they go outside, play some basketball or. But yeah, so and it's exactly functioning and working the way that we created it and intended it to function.
No, typically what happens like past 18, or can most of them function on their own living?
Well, that
living
often
alone, yeah.
living alone. Yeah,
Probably
that,
an individual basis.
yes, yeah. It's an individual basis. It's dependent on, for example, with Angel. I think Angel. He's very high function. He washes his own clothes.
Oh.
He cooks. He cleans the house. He takes the dogs for a walk, and so he's high function. But with anything, there's also you still need that supervision.
Gotcha.
Of course.
That supervision just to make sure that he's okay. That he doesn't, when he's cooking, make sure he doesn't forget to turn off the stove.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So we're still. We're still with him supervising him.
Gotcha.
So I think them living on their own, it depends on on individual basis, but they certainly can. But I think the parents that we have, I don't see them living on their own. No, all our parents, we just want to hang out to our kids.
Well, most all the families I've seen so far have all been Hispanic families.
Hispanic, yes,
And
yeah,
all-
and
and
that's
that
our
has a lot
culture.
to do with it
Our
as well.
culture,
And
yes.
that by itself, yeah.
Yeah.
They'll be home for a while.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, they're not going nowhere.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
How do they get in touch with you, or is there,
Okay.
you guys have a website? or
Yes,
anything
we
like
do. We
that?
have a website. It's downsinmotion.org. And so if you log on there, you can see all of our past events, everything we're doing. It tells a little bit about our history. And we also we did partner up with Paso del Norte Community Foundation. So they take care of our finances, and any donations comes through them. We want to be as transparent as possible. So you'll know that, if you send a donation, they'll send you a letter thanking you. And so we have the website. We also have a Facebook, Downs in Motion, and that's where we kind of show all the pictures and all the daily events that we have.
Good.
So,
Excellent.
And through those both, they can get a hold of you to
Yes.
to donate or
To
to
donate
volunteer.
or to volunteer or to become a
attend.
member. Yes, yes. We have a lot of volunteers that call us up, and the day of the events, we just partner them up with one of the kids. And so, you can just look us up and then give us my number. My contact number is on there. Should I give my contact number?
We'll get it there. We'll
Okay.
put it on the
We'll put
screen.
it on the,
Okay.
we'll put it on there somewhere.
Okay, so so our information is on there, our phone number, and how to get a hold of us. And a lot of people what they'll do is they'll send us a request. I'm interested. So then I'll call them and we sit down and meet. I tell them about the program. I do let them know we're faith based. We do pray before and after, so that's okay. And they're like, yeah, that's okay. So yeah.
Good.
Excellent.
Let's challenge all the previous guests who have been here who have businesses to
Donate.
Yes,
donate.
yes,
Maybe
absolutely.
their time, their whatever they do. Maybe they're willing to help out in some way. Just- you
Yes,
never know.
absolutely. It's so, it's so helpful because the karate, we partnered up with AB Karate.
Yes.
So AB Karate is with Mr. Sandoval. He's such an awesome man. He's very generous. He helps us out a lot. He's been with us, since we started.
Excellent.
And so the kids are still there. So any donation or anything, we want to be able to compensate, our facilitators for that. So please, by all means, yes, if you all, can make any type of donations.
And who else? We got the karate.
So we have AB Karate, we have the YMCA that we
YMCA.
partnered up with, and we have Ascarate Park for the golf.
Okay,
For
good.
the golfing, so they helped us out as well. And it's Swing Away, the batting cages.
Okay, swing away.
Yeah, over on Loma Land.
And we got a few
That's it.
speech therapists
And
that were.
then we have, Mr. Ruben Navarrete has come on board, so
Okay.
he's also assisting us. And let's see, and-
Zuleya, there was a name.
and Zulema,
Zulema.
right? So that's right. How could I forget them? So it's the Children's Paso del Norte Child Development Center. So also they are partnered up with us as well. It's just a whole lot of
There was
different facilitators.
like 2 or 3 speech therapists.
Speech
that were there,
that come. It's Zulema, Miss Laura, and I think Flor. You're talking about Flor.
Flor.
Flor is with the speech pathologist Navarrete. So it takes it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work.
But
we
there's
gotta.
different diverse stuff, which is nice. The screen printer, there was somebody who was doing screen
Yes,
printing.
the screen printing. So we do that. We partnered up with Raquel, and so she does screen printing. This is kind of something we're barely gonna start. We want to be able to teach the kids, the older kids, how to screen print, so that we can have possibility of maybe helping them get jobs. Get a job out there. So we partnered up with her. So that's kind of in the making. So keep us in prayer for
Yeah,
that.
definitely. Wow.
And so we want our kids to be productive. We want them to have and to feel a sense of belonging, of being productive in the community, not just being housed somewhere, not
Exactly.
just somebody
Hanging
just
out.
babysitting them.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, I tell you, just being with some of the sweetest kids, there's no, you can tell they just love everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I see him with just huge hearts.
Oh. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. And Angel works at the food pantry at our church
Nice.
and the clothing giveaway, and he helps out with the children's ministry as well.
Oh, wow.
So he's, we get to church. Sunday is we're at
All
church
day.
just all day. Yeah, we get there, and then he's just up and down and helping and
Wow.
everything. So
Very
yeah,
cool.
I'm
Sure, it's
hoping.
probably something he really looks forward to.
Oh yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. As a matter of fact, today's Wednesday, so he should be out there. On Wednesdays he goes out there and
He's
works.
already there.
Yeah, he should be there. Yeah.
Awesome.
Thank you so much for what you do for our community and for
Definitely.
Downs.
Oh.
Yeah,
Yes.
for sure.
problem.
Anybody
Yeah.
that out there that has special needs kids,
Yes,
Definitely.
by all
Get-
means,
get in
please
touch with Edith.
give us a call. Give us a call. We want to get to know you. We want to, you don't have to go through it alone. We want to touch base with you. We can do this life together.
Definitely. Whether already born or expecting,
Yes.
call,
Yes.
definitely.
Yes, call
Yeah.
us. Yes, absolutely. We're supportive. Like I said, we can do this life together.
Perfect.
cool.
Cool.
Excellent. Anything
wanna-
else?
We want to thank Edith Lujan for joining us,
Thank you.
and we're signing off.
Have a good day.
Bye.
Bye.
SignBros is the place where we make a sign.